I am sitting here going insane, looking at this redesign and thinking to myself, there is no way my theory of this DK redesign could ever possibly be true. Now, disclaimer, I am not a big DK enthusiast. I've never played the games. I've only ever seen DK in other media, being Mario Kart, Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Like, I've played those, I've seen DK. He's been around, right? I've never touched one of his games. So I was scrolling on Twitter earlier today and I came across this post by Kimo, I'll link it in the description, where they're going over discussing their issues with the new DK redesign. And I get a lot of their points, right? They're talking about like the shaping of DK on his silhouette and how like he has always been portrayed in this certain manner since his conception in Donkey Kong Country. Well, I say Donkey Kong Country for the design that everybody is talking about as their favorite. But the original DK comes from the arcades, right? That DK, doesn't he become Cranky Kong? So he would, Cranky Kong was the original DK, DK Jr. or whatever happened to him, became Donkey Kong. And is it just me, or is this just not the same DK? So looking at it, right? He obviously presents himself as Donkey Kong, right? The original arcade version and the Donkey Kong Country one, right? But let me put on my tinfoil hat real quick and be like, what if this isn't the same Donkey Kong that we've known since Donkey Kong Country, but a new one? And that's why he looks slightly different, you know? What if he's also not just a new Donkey Kong, but someone who grew up into becoming Donkey Kong? And who else would better fit that role than someone who has traveled with Donkey Kong since the beginning of Donkey Kong Country? Diddy Kong. What if this is just Diddy Kong grown up to take the mantle of Donkey Kong and start his journey as he has grown up? Now, I may just be stretching this so far, you know? I want to take a look at the trailer from the beginning, right? I might just be crazy, right? It low-key feels like they were hinting at it, that this isn't Donkey Kong, this is Diddy Kong grown up. Because where is Diddy Kong in this instance, right? He's nowhere to be seen. Donkey Kong's got a new companion on his shoulder. And when we first see this new DK appear on screen, what is he wearing? A miner's cap. But if you pause right here, what does that hat just low-key resemble? Diddy Kong's cap. Now, this is why I say this is just like the stretch, like the biggest stretch in history. Like, you could take this to the ends of the universe and back, and how far I am stretching this theory. But I don't really care. I high-key want this to be true. I want Diddy Kong to grow up to be the new Donkey Kong. As we continue, he just starts walking into the limelight, and we look at him. He does this pose of grinning, almost like he is ready to be the new DK. It's like he's just gained so much confidence as he's grown up. The Donkey Kong we've known from Country, he's never had so much fur. He's never really worn clothes either. Diddy Kong always wore a t-shirt and a cap. This DK is wearing pants, suspenders, and a miner's helmet, which obviously he's in the mines, you know, it's just a miner's cap. It's not Diddy Kong's cap. It's not his traditional stylized cap that he's always worn. But as we progress, you know, he's running around. His expressions don't give off the same DK we've always known. Neither do his abilities. He is literally racing through things as if he wants to be like his old companion DK, as he's taken up the new mantle in his own brand new adventure. And now this all stems back from the whole concept of the original DK from the arcades becoming Cranky Kong once DK in Country becomes the new one. Like, look at this man. He's got wild expressions, unlike I mean, yes, of course, the original DK has his own expressions, but it's almost childlike expressions. He's happy to be running around in his own new form as DK. And then also, if you look at, like, there's just minor things I am picking at. I'm just pulling and pulling at the tiniest little things for my theory of Diddy Kong growing into the new Donkey Kong. Like the tufts on his hair, right? Just the way his hair on the top of his head is changed. So the tuft is like a little bit more sagged off to the side. Whereas traditional DK, it's more prominent upwards. Yes, it swoops down in the front, but it's more up. It's more pronounced. But what if this man crushed by a boulder is actually the Diddy Kong we all grew up with, now becoming Donkey Kong? Now there's one last thing I want to add to this whole Diddy Kong being the new Donkey Kong theory I have going on here. With the promotion going on for this game, there has been a leaked, quote unquote, different artwork for the cover where it shows what looks to be a young Pauline, right? Now, a young Pauline with Donkey Kong? That doesn't make any sense, right? Since he's grown up, Pauline has always been an adult. Why would there be a younger Pauline right now with Donkey Kong? Now hear me out. What if that younger Pauline is in fact Pauline's daughter and not young Pauline? Which would further give to my theory of this new DK being Diddy Kong. As much as people don't like this new design, or they do, I'm starting to grow. Like when I saw it in the Mario Kart World trailer, I'm not gonna lie, it looked very bad. But seeing him now in DK Bonanza, I am enjoying his design a lot more because he's fully being realized. He's being given a new look, which isn't far off from his old look, as you can tell right here with his eyebrows tucked into the middle with a strong look. I do want to reiterate, I don't know much about DK lore, but the one thing I do know, and that the same tweet also brought up, is that Cranky Kong was the original Donkey Kong, and this new DK took his spot. So how wild would it be that Diddy Kong took up the slot of Donkey Kong as he grew up, and then our old Donkey Kong is now, I don't think he'd be Cranky Kong, right? Because either Cranky Kong's still around or he's gone. It's just kind of weird to say, like, we lost our old Cranky Kong and now we got a new one. But would it be so bad? I know these are the preliminary trailers and everything, and they're not showing us everything. So Diddy Kong may very well come back and join Donkey Kong in his adventure, and this entire theory could be for nothing. But it's fun to speculate. It's fun to think that this could just be our young boy Diddy Kong growing up as the new face of Donkey Kong. And that's where I'll leave it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This is the first time I'm uploading this type of video to my channel where I'm theorizing and speculating on games. I do it so much in my spare time with friends, and I would love to bring more of it to you on this channel. So feedback would be very much appreciated. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Is that a way to end the video?